Hey Plant Fam! Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Jacqueline. This is not my jungle, it's my kitchen. Some of it's my jungle. Anyway, that's not the point. Hi! Today, I'm gonna be doing some repotting. So, I thought it would be fun for us to hang out and repot together. And, gee, I don't know, maybe like chat about something. I don't know. I thought maybe like we can do like a story time. I've had a handful of interesting experiences in my life that I'm more than happy to share with you guys if that's something that you're interested in. So today I have my Sansevierias that I just recently imported from Succulent Asia. If you have not seen that video, you should go and watch it. If you are interested in specifically the white variegated whale fin that I imported with them, I imported 12 more of them. So they will be available in my Etsy shop probably in about, I don't know, a month and a half, I want to say. So if that's something that you guys are interested in, I have not been able to find any of these on the market here in the States. I haven't been able to find this one either. I didn't order any more of these. Most of you expressed interest in this one. So that is the one that I got, and I can always import more of them if that is something that is successful and ends up being in demand. So I'm not going to be repotting those today. I am going to be repotting a couple of the littler ones that I showed you. So this little guy, I've kind of just had them sitting in these little shot glasses with a little bit of water in the bottom just to keep them nice and hydrated over the last few days. That one I'm gonna keep, so I just have them kind of in here. This one I'm going to keep separate because I love it. I want to find a cute little baby pot to put that one in on its own. Here's another one I'm gonna put in this planter. This one I'm also gonna pot up on its own. I have a pot somewhere, I moved it, then I'm gonna put this one in just because it's a little bit on the bigger side. That over here, and then I have another little baby one here. So I have this cement planter, and I was thinking of just doing a little bit of an arrangement here and putting this larger one in the middle and these two smaller ones on the side. So you can't really see, but I will move the camera. I don't have a ton of soil left, but that's okay. These don't need to necessarily go into like a very chunky mix, and it does have perlite, so it should be fine. I can always mix a little bit of sand in there. I haven't decided if I want to top it off with sand or with these like off-white little stones. I'm leaning towards sand, but I'm not 100% sure. The white might look really nice contrasting the variegation. So we're gonna have to try a little bit of both and see what happens. Okay, so story time. About 10 years ago now, I wanna say in 2012. Yeah, it's 2012, and I had just recently gotten out of a relationship with a guy who was in a band, and they toured and yada yada, and over the years of being friends with him, we were friends for a long time, and then we tried the the relationship thing and it didn't work. But I met a lot of people through him within like that whole scene of like metal bands. So I made a friend with a girl who was dating another guy in another band, and I was no longer dating this guy. I had just started dating somebody else who is my most recent ex that we broke up like, I don't know, like what, 2 years ago now. the cat's eating. I'm like, what is that noise? Can you see her? No, you can't see her. So what had happened was she asked me to go with her because she didn't want to go by herself to Warped Tour that year. And I was like, sure, why not? I mean, sounds like fun, right? Who wouldn't want to go hang out at Warped Tour for a couple of days? So we did that, and we were hanging out mostly like on the buses and hanging out, partying way too much. I don't drink anymore, in case anybody was wondering. I've been sober for like 8 years now, if not a little bit longer than that, 8.5 years, I want to say. This mix is very like peaty and I'm not thrilled with it, but it's all that I have right now, so this is what we're gonna go with. And if the plants aren't happy, then I don't know, we're just gonna have to repot them at a later date. But I don't really water my snake plants that much anyway, so this might actually be good for them so they don't shrivel up and die. But yeah, so I was hanging out on Warped Tour, hanging out on a bus with some band dudes, and mind you, this was in 2012. Somebody by the name of Jeffree Star was there. So I guess he was friends with like some of the guys that were in the band that we were there to hang out with, that my friend was like dating one of them. So yeah, on a bus partying with Jeffree Star. And I always find it interesting because I've always like known who he was, and if you were ever like a scene kid or an emo kid, you probably knew who he was long before YouTube, and he did like his makeup thing and everything. He used to make music, and it's not really a surprise that he was always a clout chaser. He still is. He's just less shy about it now than he used to be. But the man made me very uncomfortable to be around, and I live in New York, or I grew up in New York, you know what I mean, not far outside of New York City. So I've had lots of different kinds of friends in my life. I've been around all different kinds of people, so it didn't have anything to do with the way he presents himself, and it had everything to do with just him as a person. Like, it was just a very uncomfortable, like, look at me, like, attention-seeking kind of human being. And he was just kind of rude. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you guys. He was rude to me, even though we had mutual friends, and it was a very small group of people. And it's like, dude, nobody even knows who you are, so I don't know why you're acting like you have any clout. Let me move you down so you can actually see what I'm doing. This is one of my new favorite shirts. It says I propagate that, from Hello Fancy Plants. I have them linked below if you guys want to check out their website. I have 15% off for you if you're in the market for some new t-shirts. I'm in the market to get rid of some, but that's fine. Yeah, so I don't know, it was uncomfortable. He had on like these little shorty shorts, and he was like sitting on everybody's lap, and which makes sense, because now if you're familiar with any of like the allegations towards him that he like comes on to straight people and stuff like that, like, I can confirm for you that he's not a good human being. Okay, so, and I'm not one to sit here and like talk about drama and things along those lines, but it's an interesting story because I feel like most people just see him as like this controversial, you know, YouTuber who does makeup, you know, and there's a lot more to him than that. So I thought maybe you guys would find that interesting. Yeah, it was an uncomfortable experience. I'm an introvert, so being in that environment in general is uncomfortable for me, but being around such overtly like extroverted humans is also like kind of uncomfortable for me. So yeah, I wouldn't do it again. I was there for like 3 days, so we were just sleeping in like whoever's house. I don't like that life. I don't want that life. But I mean, I'm not mad about like the experiences that I have, or that I, you know, have had. But I would not do it again. Like if I could go back, I wouldn't change anything, but I wouldn't do it again. I was very overwhelmed. But I ended up making some really great friends along the way, some fellow introverts that were also uncomfortable. So yeah, I mean, that's one of my stories where I've encountered I guess a somewhat famous person. I wouldn't even give him that much credit, if I'm being honest, but that's my story. So I'm just trying to get these plants situated in here nicely and get some dirt, although it's very fluffy. Let me know if you guys like story time, what kind of stories you want to hear. I can tell you stories about high school, I can tell you stories about like literally whatever you want. I just wanted to kind of keep it fun and quick and lighthearted today. Nothing like, you know, crazy, but that's definitely one of the stories that I tell people and they're like, that's crazy, you know, like that you met him and whatever. I wouldn't even say I met him because he barely spoke to me, but I don't actually care. So I'm not fazed by like famous people at all. I got a little bit tongue-tied when I met the singer of Coheed and Cambria, but that's just because I was caught off guard, and I met him just like in the street. He was just walking around with his family. So yeah, and I've gotten to meet like a lot of my favorite musicians because of that. A lot of you probably don't know any of the bands, so there's really no point in mentioning it, and I don't want it to seem like I'm the clout chaser, because I don't think that the people that I'm friends with makes me cool in any way, shape, or form. I think what they do is cool, but no, I don't know, they're just normal people. Maybe not normal, but like, you know, nobody's friends with me, it's normal. Weirdos only. But yeah, I think that's enough of the soil, and then I think I'm gonna top it off. I don't know, these are pretty. I feel like they're gonna be more contrasting, but I'm probably gonna end up using the rest. I don't know. All right, let's try both and see what it looks like. Put a little bit of sand over here. And a couple of rocks over here. See what it looks like. Okay. Can you guys see? White rocks? Hi, baby. Sand. Which one? I feel like I like these, right? It's just like more contrasting. It brings out the variegation, I feel like, in the Sansevieras. Right? I think so. Crusher Bands, what do you think? Huh? What do you think? Talking to you. Okay, let me put you back over here. Yeah, the white rocks are the way to go on this one. I am just gonna like kind of fill in a little bit with the sand though, because I feel like the Sansevieras like it, and it'll help create a barrier between the rocks and the between the soil and the stones, because when you water, the stones tend to get all mixed up. Meow wow. What's the matter? You want attention? Mommy's busy right now. Can you wait a little bit? No? Okay, well, you're gonna have to. Okay, this is really hard to do neatly, but that's fine. Just spend my whole life vacuuming. But yeah, I have more stories. I have a story about the time that I met Nick Jonas at a Yankee game and he laughed at me and I was really drunk. There's many reasons why I don't drink anymore, okay? Okay. So, I know, hi, hello, do you want to say hi to the camera? No? That's rude. They want to say hi to you. Say hi, Plant Fam. You want to help me repot? Yeah, so I have that story when I met Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas. He's adorable in person too, by the way, because anybody was wondering. I had a big crush on him when I was little. But, yeah, I met him at a Yankee game. Very, very nice boy. I think he's younger than me. I don't know. Anyway, what else? I mean, the rest of my stories are about like metal bands. Like one time, like the time I met, no, the time Corpse Grinder had to walk me backstage. I don't know if anybody knows who that is, so I don't know if that would be a fun story, but it's one of my favorite stories, so there's that. All right, I put down a layer of sand, and then I'm gonna put down a layer of these rocks, because I feel like it's just gonna look better. I don't know. I'm making it up as I go along, you guys. I feel like it's just gonna cover the dirt better. And like the plants are gonna be happier with some sand. Like, where does Sansevieria even grow anyway? Like, do they grow in the sand? Like, do they grow in the desert? Like cacti? I don't know. I know not everybody is like a huge snake plant person around here. I'm not a huge snake plant person, but these ones are really cute and I'm not mad about how this is turning out. I'm just trying to finish filling in all these crevasses. And then I'll show you what I got. Yeah, I think the sand was a good choice underneath. I just need to find my little brushy thing to get the sand out of Sansevieria. It's like stuck in there. Okay, okay. It looks cute. You can't really see it. Oh my god, it looks fake. Doesn't it look fake? I gotta clean these out, and that's it. I'll turn you around and show you what it's looking like. But other than that, that is it for this video. So I hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you want me to tell you more stories. I don't have that many stories, so let's not go crazy. But if you have any like specific questions, if you want to hear like stories about like when I went to prom, or like drama, past drama in my life, like whatever you guys think is interesting that I feel comfortable sharing, I'm more than happy to share. So let me know in the comments below if you have any suggestions for story times. I don't have any like creepy stories. I know people like scary stories, but I don't have any of those. Any that I do, I don't feel comfortable talking about. So there's that. Yeah, that's it. I appreciate you, fam, and if you like this video and you want to see more like this, you should give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss anything from me. Feel free to join the official plant fam. We just did our first members only live stream this morning or this afternoon, like literally just before this. I put my makeup on with them. It's fine. We had a lot of fun, and you should come on over and hang out with us because we're going to be doing that more regularly. We have our group chat on Instagram, so we're just like becoming best friends, and you should get in on it because we're awesome. Anyway, you can super thanks me if you want to. Okay, son, what are you doing? You can super thanks me if you want to super thank. You're making my frame too bright. Stop it. Anyway, I'm gonna go because it just got really bright out, and it doesn't look good. Let me move you. So I'm gonna go, and I appreciate you, fam, and I hope I see you in the next one.